It's Give Local York Day 2020. It's 11 a.m. I'm Chris Strubb, the Giving Day guy, and we've got some special guests coming up for you in just a second. A quick video. All right, everybody, welcome back to the Give Local York 2020 live stream. My name is Chris Strubb. I am the Giving Day guy. You may notice I am not in York, Pennsylvania. I'm looking out my window to beautiful downtown Greenville, South Carolina. I'm sending my warmest regards to all of you wonderful folks up in York and in the Northeast Pennsylvania area and around the world. Here on YouTube, how cool is this that, who needs social distancing? We've got the whole world in our hands here this morning. I'm going to be joined here by a couple of guests here in just a moment, but I wanted to share real quickly just a quick update on how we're doing. So I'm going to pop my screen across here, take my name off the screen. I get to play host and producer for an hour. Thank you, Megan, for this. So we've still got about just under 13 hours to go. And you can see those top line numbers there on the screen as I put our call to action back again as well, that you can go to givelocalyork.org right now. If you're watching live, the big number that we're really keeping an eye on there, well, obviously we're keeping an eye on all three of these numbers. First off, the number on the left, 4,152 donors. So we know that you've got friends out there. We know everybody's got their Facebook community. I like to use the phrase, we are all famous to a few people. So take a moment to share this video out. Text the link to your friends. Text the link to the website to your friends. Let them know that this year you can support Give Local York. The team actually lowered the minimum donation from $10 to $5. So think of it like you're going to buy Chris and Philip a Yingling. See, I'm trying to get my Northeast Pennsylvania references here. Give $5 or $10 to a nonprofit, maybe one that you might see here in a couple minutes, or some of the other videos that we're doing throughout the day. We're really doing the best we can to share as many stories as we can of all these wonderful nonprofits. $869,000, and you guys can see that clock rolling in real time. So we're getting close to $1 million here, maybe before lunchtime. We'll keep an eye on that through the course of our stream. And then 299 organizations. I guarantee you by the time we wrap up this video, someone will have found that lonely 300th organization. So all of those numbers are so important. It's so great to see that donor number clicking up already. So I'm going to come back full screen to me here. Again, you can check out that website at givelocalyork.org. Cut my own head off here. Oh, busy day. But it's a special day. It's a very special day, despite the circumstances that we're under these days. This is a day that nonprofits around York look forward to all year round. And I'm very blessed to be joined by a couple of special guests here. I'm going to put myself right in the middle of these lovely ladies who I'm going to unmute here. And we are going to say hello as I press the buttons here. We're going to say hello to Heather Miller on stage left and Jen Landis on stage right. Good morning, ladies. How's it going?
Good morning.
Hello. Good morning.
Thank you so much for taking some time to join our live stream this morning. You guys, of course, are representing the York JCC. So, Heather, let's get right into the meat of it here. Can you explain to us what the Jewish Community Center is all about up there in York and what your mission is?
So our mission is we're guided by Jewish values. The York Jewish Community Center creates an individual opportunity for growth. It inspires transformative relationships, as well as building a community of great well-being for everyone through our education, our fitness, our cultural programs, and our social services. We strive every day to really have every member, every child, even our employees, when they come in our doors, they're part of our JCC family.
Yes, and we've been doing this for over 110 years.
I got to get Jen.
Yes, 110 years.
That is quite a lengthy history. I hope I make it to 110 here on this earth. That'd be quite an accomplishment. And Jen, one way that we can watch this segue. This is pro level stuff for hour 11 of Give Local York. One way that we can all work towards making it to 110 would be through fitness. So you talk a little bit about some of those programs that you guys are putting on there at the JCC.
Yes, definitely. So we are so excited that on our website, we have this J-Wired page. And so what's great about this is right now we are streaming classes on Zoom. This is open to anyone. We want to engage our members as well as our community in York County. So we started with 13 classes, and now I'm so proud to say we are doing 23, but we're going to get to 25 classes that anybody can take. Our trainers are interacting with people, again, whether they're members or not. We have Facebook groups with so many different information, so much stuff going on, from nutrition to wellness to group fitness to exercising. You name it, we are offering it to the community, whether you are a member or not.
And Jen, I think that that's really the theme of Give Local York Day is growth. You saw me running down those numbers as well, that we're trying to tick the numbers up, and especially that number of donors. What are some of your favorite classes that you guys get to put on there?
So we have from yoga, which everybody knows who knows me. I'm not exactly, the most amazing yoga person, but I do love cardio. I love our combat classes, our weight training classes with pump, as well as PIO. I took that recently, and that is a really great workout. So I encourage you to try it.
That's great. So it must be really encouraging to see all of your members they're still staying active. How else have you guys really adapted, Heather, to some of the changes here over the last 6, 7?
So we do. So we do have childcare and school age programming at our facility, and as well as our off-campus sites. And how we've been impacted, we've been closed, but we've also started virtual lessons, communicating with our families, providing program fitness. Even our aquatics director went in and continued to teach swimming lessons in her bathtub. So it has been phenomenal, as well as parent education to help families get through these challenging times, because they're with their children all day, where they were bringing their children to us to care throughout the day while they're at work. And now we're just giving them strategies, and, it's been helping. It's hopeful. But the biggest thing I do want to say is that our child care center is reopening on Monday. We were granted a waiver through the state, and we are now going to help impact over 34 families as of Monday. And we're going to help our workforce and those essential workers and our frontline responders. So we're very, very excited about that.
Seems like a really special and warm and welcoming and resilient community. Jen, do you have anything to add about sort of what's the community like up there for someone who might be watching from outside of York? Again, we're live on YouTube to the entire earth there. What is life in York like there, and what does life living there mean to you?
So York is an amazing place. Being part of the JCC, even better. And what's great about this new digital age right now is, just like you said, we can reach people here in York, and it can go out anywhere. If you leave the JCC to move to Florida or go on vacation, what we are offering now is going to continue. So it's very exciting. I just want to say also, we are continuing to engage with our Momentum program. Anybody who has a neurocognitive condition, we have special programming on our website for them as well. We had it when we were in the JCC, and now we are taking it out. So anybody that is also on our J-Wired page, take a look. We have social hours, we have workouts, we have recorded workouts for you to do, and engagement. So
that's fantastic. Heather, one of the big themes today, of course, of Give Local York 2020 is those donors. So before we let you guys go, if you guys can, Heather, if you can just kind of describe to me, what does a donation mean to the JCC? Why is it so important for someone who's watching this video right now to actually go on and make a donation?
So obviously we impact so many members in our center through our education, our cultural programs, our diversity program, the Idea Center. or fitness. Those donor dollars help families that may not be able to afford to be a member. We are able to financially support them, and that has been the biggest challenge through all of this pandemic. Some of those dollars are no longer coming into our center, and Give Local York gives us the opportunity that money can go back and still continue to impact our families and our members right now, because more than ever, when we are able to come back into our doors, we will all be ready to help them get through this, because everyone is at a different phase in this pandemic, and we know that we will be here. As Jen said, we're celebrating 110 years, and we're going to continue to stay strong and rise above all of this. The York JCC will always be here, always.
That's very inspiring and encouraging to hear. Again, I'm sure all of your members that are listening as well are very, very thankful to hear that and are thankful for the great work that you do. I'll echo their sentiments that, again, I don't get to speak to every single nonprofit up there, but thank you.
Thank you.
You know, as representatives of all the great nonprofits that are part of Give Local York. Jen, you got anything to add this morning? Anything you want to jump in before we say goodbye?
I think Heather definitely, she said the bulk of the amazing things that we are going to do and come back to. But just so you know, the donations and everything that we get today, that's why we can run the J as it is inside and outside of our facility. And it means a lot to the families, the members, the employees, everyone that it helps, it touches. So thank you.
Well, you're very welcome. And it's an honor to be representing the Giving Day here on this video here for just a little bit. I want to say thank you guys for joining. Really appreciate it. And stay tuned. I'm going to let these other ladies go. It was very nice to meet you. And maybe I'll see you guys at a future Give Local York. So thank you very much, guys.
Thank you.
Thanks.
Take care.
Cool. And so there you have it, the Jewish Community Center. See if Heather and Jen will leave the room here. We're going to take a real quick break. We've got our next guest actually here in the room, but it looks like we're having just a little bit of technical issues. So I'm going to take a real quick break here. We're going to continue the live video, so stick with us. I'm going to play some fun little music here, and we'll be right back with Jonathan from Downtown Inc. In just a few seconds. So bear with me here for 1 second. I'll be right back. And thank you guys for sticking with us here as we try and manage our way through creating all these videos to keep in touch with you guys throughout the day. Chris Strubb, the Giving Day guy, back here for Give Local York 2020. And I've got another special guest coming up for you right after this. That's right. Today's the day. It's May 1st. We turned over that calendar at midnight. Some of us stayed up a little bit later than that to kick off Give Local York 2020. We're creeping up on some really cool numbers here. We are approaching that vaunted $1 million mark. So we've got Megan and Philip on call there, as we approach that on our way towards the lunch hour. And I'm here in Greenville, South Carolina. I've got some soft pretzels. I've got some Penn Dutch potato salad ready to go. I'm all Pennsylvania'd up here, ready to rock and roll as we roll through Give Local York 2020. Thank you guys for sticking with us today. Thank you for all the great donations that you're making. This has been a really fun experience so far. Like I said, we're making the best of it throughout the day here. And without much further ado, I'm going to bring in another special guest that we have here. Let's get him on camera and unmute him first. I'm starting to learn the sequence here. We're building the plane as we land it here, guys. We've got my buddy, Jonathan Desmarais. Is that right, Jonathan? Did I nail it?
You got really French on that. It's Demaris.
Demaris. Well, I was pretty close. But Jonathan is representing Downtown Inc. today. Let me get his name card up here on the screen so you can see that I'm not crazy. And Jonathan, tell us a little bit, first and foremost, about Downtown Inc.
Yeah, so my name is Jonathan Demaris. I'm the Marketing Communications Manager with Downtown Inc. And our job is to ensure that businesses downtown thrive and grow. And we are very much invested in our community. And as you know, small businesses right now are taking a hit with all this national health crisis. So we want to be at the forefront of helping them out in any way that we can to make sure that downtown York continues to grow and to thrive.
All right, and Jonathan, I hear that you've got something. You're doing something special this afternoon. I know you're getting your. Maybe you just saw Jen on with us before from the JCC, doing a little fitness class this morning. And then at 4:00 today, you're going to be setting off on a pretty unique journey.
Yeah. So
can you tell us all about that?
Sure thing. Yeah. So today, starting at 4:00, I am planning on walking from the Mason-Dixon line on the Maryland side, 21 miles to downtown York, Continental Square. And along the way, I'll be doing some Facebook Lives, raising awareness about all the amazing things that we have in downtown York, highlighting a few of the other nonprofits. And just talking about the good work that we at Downtown Inc. are doing to support businesses during this time.
So in reading up about your background, it seems that you've done similar sort of concepts in the past. So Has that work sort of inspired you to bring that to Give Local York today?
Yeah, I've done a lot of walking. I've walked over 1,600 miles of the Appalachian Trail, raising scholarships for local students. Last year, I actually completed a project to walk every city street and alleyway in New York City, all 171 miles of it, just to better understand my community. So I've always found a way to, not only for myself, but also for my community, just find better ways through walking. I just love walking.
And talk to me a little bit about where these donations are going to go. Again, today we're really spotlighting a lot of the nonprofits, but today is also really about those supporters.
Mm-hmm.
We're on this day-long journey to try and reach 10,000 unique donors for Give Local York 2020, and we're getting close. We're on our way. But you were mentioning kind of that this money that you guys are raising for Downtown Inc. is going to go to some special grants and stuff.
Yeah, so all donations given today to Downtown Inc. as part of Give Local York will go into our Downtown York Bloom Grants. Our Downtown York Bloom Grants are yearly grants that we grant for businesses, organizations to help make improvements so they continue to grow and thrive. Can I tell you one quick story about one of our last year recipients?
Go for it.
So last year, one of our recipients was World of Cuts Barber Institute. And for a lot of their students, there was a struggle to be able to afford all the barbering equipment, which is usually about $1,000 per student. And this is the Barber Institute that's providing instruction for aspiring barbers. So through the Downtown York Bloom Grant, they were able to offer some financial assistance to help them aspire to become barbers. And there's a number of other businesses and organizations that we've helped through this Bloom Grant. So all the funds given to Downtown Inc. will be going directly into that program.
Talk to me for a moment too, Jonathan, about what makes York such a special place to live. I mean, what is it about the community that is unique, that if someone is watching this from outside of York, what do you want them to know about your community?
Yeah, we can see I'm representing my pride here. I
had a York hat coming for myself too, and it didn't arrive yet. So I'm going to check the mail once this broadcast is over and see if I can grab my York hat as well.
Yeah, we can always send you one too. So I'm actually originally from New Hampshire. I came to Pennsylvania for college, and then I stuck around. I've been in New York for 8 or 9 years, and I've just fallen in love with the community. Our branding for Downtown Inc. is historically edgy because there's so much history here, but there's also a lot of things that are happening that are pushing York forward because York is very progressive, but we're also enriched with a lot of a wealth of history. There's a wide array of places to visit downtown. I mean, we're a small city, but there's a lot happening for a small city. The arts festivals, the symphony, bars, restaurants, all kinds of good venues. We've got it all. So I'm excited. I'm excited to be in a job where I can talk about this all the time and be in a community where I'm working to improve the community. So hey, it's a good life.
It sounds like a special place. Again, I send my regards. Wish I could have been up there with you guys for this very special day today. And Jonathan, we're coming up on a couple milestones here. Let me see. I'm gonna bring in our buddy Philip here real quick. Let's see if we can bring him aboard, and we'll check in and see. Philip, if you want to give us a quick update on how those milestones are coming, we'll leave Jonathan in here with us.
Yeah.
How are things coming?
So incredible. I'm watching it by the second. We've got $933,000 raised, 4,459 donors. Absolute insanity. I would like to see 1 million by noon. I don't know if it's going to happen, but you guys watching this right now can make that happen. Go to givelocalyork.org. You've got great nonprofits, over 300, like Downtown Inc., like the YMCA, like Coats of Friendship, all the organizations we've talked to so far today. So yeah, 933,299 organizations, 4,459 donors. Absolutely incredible.
Philip, this is such exciting stuff that I think, and Jonathan, you're more than welcome if you'd like to join us. I think what we should do, Philip, we should take this party over to Facebook here in just a couple minutes. We'll keep things rocking and rolling before we hand the reins back over to you. Noon.
I think you should bring your bag over to Facebook.
Bring the bag.
I'm ready.
Come for a little walk. And we're going to go live at facebook.com. I'm going to put up the Facebook page here. If you're watching on YouTube, we would highly encourage you to come check us out on Facebook as well. And we're going to continue to bounce back and forth throughout these channels through the rest of the day. So Philip, Jonathan, you guys in? We'll throw a little party over there in a minute.
Yes, sir.
And we'll be back here we'll be back there. And then we'll be back here at noon for more live content on the YouTube channel and on Facebook throughout the day.